It's time for a Swingin' Time special. Miss Florence Ballard, Miss Mary Wilson, Miss Diana Ross. From the world's #1 record company, the world's most exciting vocal group, the Sensational Supremes.
When we started our teen town in 1963, we started to draw from all of the Motown artists that were now starting to be happening.
Here we go, the Marvelous Marvelettes. The Miraculous Miracles and their new hit for the Motown people. Let's do the jerk. Come on, everybody. Here is the one and only, my man, the harmonica man. How about doing a little bit of wailing for us now, Stevie Wonder?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
They were just young kids starting out. We all grew together.
The school we're saluting this afternoon, Ecorse High School.
Robin Seymour and Art Servy's idea for a dance party show was nothing new. The format had been around for close to a decade. Bud Davies on Channel 9, Detroit Bandstand on Channel 2, and Ed McKenzie, whose show in the mid-50s on Channel 7 featured national talent every week. By the 60s, local shows were all over the country, but what made Swingin' Time different was the talent pool in its own backyard.
We'd like you to meet the man that was responsible for getting the whole Motown story started. President of the Motown Record Corporation, Mr. Berry Gordy. Hi, old buddy.
Across the street at WXYZ, Club 1270 was having similar success.
We had almost everyone you can think of, except for Elvis and the Beatles.
Within months, Teen Town was renamed Swingin' Time and airing Monday through Saturday. They were booking 5 acts a day, more than 30 a week.
Once we started, it just sort of fell together because the word of mouth.
Yes, we're proud of these wonderful young people, and here they are on Swingin' Time, the Shades of Blues.
Soon, it was more than Motown artists and national acts. Local rock bands were flourishing at clubs like the Hideout, the Chatterbox, and Ward Lake Casino. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels were one of the first to go big time.
It was at a time when radio was still the fix. You couldn't really break somebody on TV, but you sure could like move their career along.
My brother and I were so interested in music, and we were so into music and playing in bands. We were looking at everything from the microphones, we were looking at the guitars, we were looking at the amps, we were looking at the clothes, we're looking at everything.
I remember running into, he was wearing a beret, a cockeyed beret. A young dude came up, writing his own material. I stayed and watched him. His name was Bob Seger.
Beneath the bed light bulb bush, she gazed into the eyes of love.
You could tell that his heroes were like Bob Dylan. He wanted to be one of those people, and it worked for him, but it took some time.
Robin Seymour would host the show until 1968, and looking back on that success.
It's because I was so great. The fact that we had every Motown artist that ever recorded on the show first, that had nothing to do with the success of the show, of course, you know.
Next week, 4 to 5, we'll see you. Bye now.